Okay. Well, today is going to be a chest, tricep, and shoulder day. I'm going to go a little bit more incline today. I'm going to try to, I believe, last chest day I did more of the flat bench. We're going to be inclining today to work on more of the upper pectoral fibers. Let's recap about calories, man. So, I had a comment on my last video that was somebody asking for a little bit of tippage when it comes to how to gain weight when you're skinny. Now, it took me a good 5 years of genuinely testing things out to find out what worked for me. Depends how many limitations you're working with, whether you have lactose intolerance, whether you have IBS or some sort of digestive issues, if you have a high metabolism. You know, there is and are things that you will potentially have to deal with and circumvent. These things may arise during your experimentation phases. So, you know, one thing that I found out was that a lot of protein powders have lactose in it. So if you are not cool with lactose, you may not want to take certain whey proteins. You may want to stick to isolates. Also, if you have digestive issues, micellar casein is a little bit hard to digest. It takes a long time. It's a slow digesting protein. So, you know, if that's something that doesn't sit well with you, you know, it might not work for you. But, you know, at the end of the day, you just kind of have to, you know, keep researching, keep an open mind, keep recording everything that you're eating and ingesting so that you can pinpoint what problem foods may be causing you to not be able to eat as much, what might be filling you up more than other things some days, where you're only hitting 1,000 or 2,000 calories when you should be hitting 25 or 3,000. You know, there's so much information out there and so much literature that you can, you know, absorb. But I think the most important thing is to just start tracking whatever you're eating, because a lot of the times you're not keeping yourself honest. Like, for me, it was a lot of the, oh, I eat so much food, but I never gain weight. Well, I wasn't taking into the account that some days I just didn't eat, and I'd eat like a couple gummies or a couple like chips or something like that. But the next day I would eat a ton of food and think that that was my norm, or just use that as my baseline. But in reality, if you look at the stats, you're, you know, yo-yoing your caloric intake, and your body is just not getting enough. So once you start, you know, tracking things and keeping yourself honest, you start to realize, maybe I should start to, you know, do things a little bit differently, or eat things a little bit different that might help me to continue to gain weight. You know, there's a bunch of things that I can't, you know, speak on in terms of things that I don't take myself or eat myself because they hurt my stomach. But, you know, to get down to the nitty-gritty of certain things, like the difference between the caloric intake of using whole milk or reduced fat milk, right? You might be just used to the taste of reduced fat, but maybe you should start using a whole milk. And if whole milk is something that disrupts your belly, try lactose-free whole milk. You know, these things just have a lot more calories. You know, you add in some yum sauce to a dish that you enjoy, and every 2 tablespoons is another 150 calories. So there are cheat codes out there. You know, whey concentrate is something that I don't take because it has a lot of low lactose in it, but it a lot of the times has more protein and more and more calories. So you can actually, take some protein powders and have a better caloric intake as well. So, there are things out there, cheat codes and upgrades, and, one thing, if you're a newbie, always look into your creatine. Do your own research on everything that you take, but you'll be happy with the results of research on creatine because it pretty much just does you good. So, if you're just getting into it, I would suggest getting some creatine, some protein powder, and just doing as much research and testing and experimentation for like 4 to 8 weeks. Just try to find your caloric surplus and stick to it. That's my best advice, because that is 60 to 70% of the battle. After that, you just need to start hitting the gym. You start lifting heavy weights. But that comes after the diet. That comes, well, not after, you can do it at the same time, but the more important thing is to make sure that you're hitting your diet. If you don't hit your diet, you're not hitting your body weight in protein a day, you're not going to get progress. So that's my little rant. Let's go into tricep, chest, and shoulder day.